This is Rogues on the Road with Matt Froman and Rich Marshall, where we talk food, travel, craft beverages, and everything in between.
Welcome to Rogues on the Road, where we talk a little bit of travel, a little bit of food, a little bit of adventure, and most definitely everything in between. I'm Matt Froman.
I'm Rich Marshall, and we got our boy Gypsy in the corner.
What's going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good.
We're good. We've
Awesome.
we've also got a very, very, very special guest.
Very special.
So special.
Dun dun dun.
I'm so special.
Linda.
Linda Morganti,
Hello.
famed cook, socialite,
And neighbour.
and neighbor.
Not O-U-R, though.
What?
Not neighbor O-U-R.
No.
No,
No.
No, you are just a bit of a no and a bit of a no.
So we got a fun show tonight. We're gonna explore a recipe called the recipe.
So we think. Which
and
might be
we're gonna,
interrupted with some official terms.
Yeah, we're gonna uncover this thing. This thing came up.
This is our mission
It's
for the
It's a
night.
secret.
And there's a lot of people, I think, secretly wanting to know what the hell this thing is.
I want to know what it is.
Yeah.
Ever since the last show, I've been losing sleep over it.
Yeah. But first,
Yes.
we're
The cocktail of the night.
Yeah. What's the
Dum
beverage of the
dum
night?
dum.
Are you a martini drinker?
You know what? I was thinking about martinis earlier. I have never ordered a martini in my life. I'm not sure if I've tried a martini in my life. And I watch people carry martinis and my hands shake.
Okay.
They're the most scary thing to see being presented to a customer because they're right at the top of the
They
glass.
feel right. Well, they should put the glass right in front of you, fill it up there,
And give me a straw.
and not bring it over.
Yes.
Or
And a bib.
Or a bib.
Totally. Or
That's-
just IV it into me.
That'd be alcohol poisoning.
Yes. So Linda's the famous martini maker,
Yeah. Linda makes. It's kind of like tea. Tea is always good when somebody else makes it for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Martinis.
Unless it's Lipton.
Yeah. True. Good point. Martinis. I've made a bunch of them. They're really easy to make, or so it seems. But every time Linda seems to make them, they're rather perfect.
You remember?
Yeah. So what do you got? So what are we doing here?
Okay, we're going to taste test. We're going to figure out which vodka is the vodka.
Okay.
Okay, there's
only one way to find
store-bought vodka, and then there's bootleg vodka.
Okay.
Right?
Now we're under contract with Tito's, so we can't say the word Tito's.
You just did.
Did I?
You just said that.
Did I say Tito's?
You just said
I didn't say Tito's handmade vodka.
no. You just said it.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you just said it.
I would never say Tito's handmade vodka.
I just heard you say it. Okay.
So one's made with Tito's.
Yep.
The other is made with a local vodka called Bootlegger.
What's typically in a martini?
Linda?
Okay, well, there's two kinds of martinis. There's vodka and gin.
Correct.
Never mixed?
Not mixed together.
Okay.
Although, if you want to drink it that way, Rich, you can.
Game on.
It's your cocktail.
I would recommend it. But I don't like gin very much, so I always do the vodka. I don't like gin.
Okay.
And it's typically just vodka, a little tiny bit of vermouth,
Dry vermouth.
dry vermouth, but you put it in the ice, then you take it out. You don't leave it in the drink.
The old In-N-Out martini.
Exactly. And then
That's
you
what
put
she said.
Yes.
olive juice, a dash.
Okay, and
But
are
then
you...
people say I want extra dirty, then you put more olive juice. But
Olive juice.
I don't like it too dirty, then I feel like I'm drinking a salty drink.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right. And let me... This is the other thing. You're not using, like, fancy schmancy, foraged olives from, wherever. These are just good store-bought
co-baggers.
from the local supermarket.
Yeah.
Pretty much. They're pimento olives because that's
Yeah.
the ones I like. Although they do make them with cheese. Some people like the blue cheese inside.
Yeah.
I don't want cheese in my drink,
No.
so no, I don't do that.
Classic, simple.
You're a glass short.
All right.
I'm going to...
No, I'm good. This is you guys.
You're going to drink
Okay,
out
so
of
we
the jar.
don't know... I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
I
use
can
this.
tell the difference between Tito's and...
Can you?
You want your olives?
I think I've had one martini, and I think I needed a medic after.
No,
Really?
Gypsy, you're gonna like.
It's I'll be honest. I think I'm an adult until I have a martini. That's an adult fucking drink right there.
Well, that's... The martini's
It's a grown-up drink.
It's what killed the bourbon market.
Did it?
Yeah. Bourbon market died overnight when a famous guy came on and said shaken, not stirred.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see,
very
the other thing is some people
007.
like them not cold. I like mine really, really cold.
ice cold.
Ice cold.
I agree.
Cheers.
So we don't know if this is Tito's or.
Oh, this is the
This taste test.
Cheers.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks for a small amount.
It's a taste.
That's not too
So Tito's would be like a well.
That's Tito's.
That would be like a well vodka.
Don't
No?
say it.
I can't say it.
No, we gotta
Can I
try the
know?
other one.
No, I'm just asking you to explain Tito's.
Okay.
Is it like a well vodka?
Tito's is out of Austin, Texas.
Okay.
They're handcrafted. Great company. They started out very small, and they've grown to be, one of the largest vodka producers in the United States. I would say they are the number one sold vodka. I'd say every single store
Yeah.
has
Tito's is out there.
pallets of Tito's, right?
Yep.
So if you multiply that volume times the amount of people that are making the stuff, it's not possible they're cranking this out in like a nice little still, like with little, a small handcrafted distillery.
Right.
So you have to get your vodka from other places, and it also has to taste consistent. Right. A lot of times they'll add glycerin to vodka because
Really?
it gives a nice mouthfeel. As opposed,
Can you fire breathe with that?
yeah, as opposed to making it in very small batches, like Prohibition.
Okay.
Right? These guys have a wonderful setup. They're very, very careful in what they do, and they take a lot of pride in what they do. And I love their vodka. And I'm not really a vodka person.
And what's the difference between Tito's and that?
Tito's is mass produced at this point.
Okay.
Tito's it's
And that's more of a craft
listen.
vodka?
We've got Tito's at home. It's a good,
There's nothing wrong with Tito.
inexpensive vodka, and if you're mixing it,
Yeah.
Who cares?
I've gotten some
But-
trouble with some
Who cares?
Tito's.
I'm sure, mate.
Yeah. Actually, in Orlando, too.
Oh, God.
Oh, by the way.
and they make
Yeah.
great martinis. That's what we
They
drink.
do.
We
I
drink.
told you. I was
That's good.
I was taste tested. My brother did Belvedere and Tito's, and I was like, I totally can tell the difference. Belvedere's way better. And then we did it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
I chose Tito's.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
I think I've grown up because I actually like this.
Oh, good.
I think I've actually grown up.
It grow.
Yeah.
I agree.
Actually, I'm actually upset, disappointed. This isn't in a martini glass. I'm actually
I
getting
know it would taste better in a martini.
It would.
You got to have the martini glass.
And I need a
With the
toothpick.
shaky hand.
And I need a toothpick. For
the olive. Sorry, that's
That's
one
all
thing I
right.
didn't
That's
bring.
okay.
It's okay,
What
but it does.
What kind of joint is this?
It grows on you. It definitely.
And what's Vermont?
Vermont
Sorry.
is a.
It's a nice state just north of Maine.
Take a left at Albuquerque.
A little
where
nippy
they-
in the winter.
It's where they make vermouth. Are you,
You know
for
what?
sure?
I will say that
No, I'm Vermont.
I'm for drunk.
Yeah, I'm Vermont.
I'm verklempt.
No, I will tell you this though. Vermouth. I am particular about vermouth.
What is vermouth?
Vermouth. You just say it a very. Oh yeah, mate. Watch vermouth.
What's vermouth?
This is a vodka episode. We're not talking about vermouth this trip.
Hilarious.
I don't know.
Vermouth is a. It's like a fortified wine. So
wine,
it starts out as wine, and then it gets stopped.
You have
It's stopped
dry and sweet
fermentation.
vermouth.
Right.
Have you ever had sweet vermouth?
No.
That's what they use in the bourbon
Yeah.
to make them.
To make your
Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Right. You can get
That's
dry,
also
sweet.
like-
And what's this? Sweet or dry?
This is dry.
Not dry. You don't want to put sweet in the.
No, that's dry.
And depending upon where you're getting your vermouth from, there's herbs, there's botanicals added to it, so it gives a different flavor.
And the salt's from the olives.
Correct.
Okay.
But it all kind of comes together in a beautiful,
Yeah.
wonderful, and it's that balance. It's
Yeah.
the balance of vermouth, vodka, and
Olive.
And Linda.
olives. And Linda. Linda, actually, I came by last night and Linda made me one.
A touch of
I
Linda.
did. I made him one last night.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was good. Jen was wondering where I was.
Till 1 o'clock in the morning on a school night.
I was having martinis with Linda.
Of course.
So, all right, so that's the first one.
Okay.
All right, we're going to try the second one.
But now you have to dump that or drink it.
Okay.
You can dump it back in here.
I can't.
Or drink
I can't
it.
finish it.
Or
I can't
drink
finish
it.
it. I'm not that grown.
All right, here, dump it.
Here, we'll put it. Here comes Rich.
I'm on it.
All right.
That's for later.
Can I eat the olive though?
Yes.
All right.
So, while you mix up the next one, the story of the I dropped the olive. The story of the martini. I did a little research on martini, and there's
Thank you, sir.
There's a claim to fame that it came out of early 20th century, out of the Knickerbocker Hotel in Manhattan.
Interesting.
But if you go to the St. Martins city website just outside of San Francisco, they claim that that's where the martini was born.
Where?
Basically the city of Martinez, or Martins, if I'm saying it correctly. Martins.
I
don't know. I'm just making
They claim that they are the birthplace of the martini, and it grew from there. And it was very different than a vodka martini. It was actually, I'm posting it right now.
Now, but where is Martins?
It's just outside of San Francisco. If you go on
I thought it was in Italy.
and we actually,
It's like in Europe.
it sounds right. No,
It's like outside of Zanzibar.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's next to the Bronx.
Right.
It sounds very like okay. You know, it was actually gold.
The gold rush.
Gold miners would stop in the city, and they would get this drink, and they would go back to San Francisco and say, "I want this drink."
Right.
And if you go on to the website for the city, the first thing that comes up on the city is this martini.
Now, that's very interesting that such a classy drink was started by some gold digging miners.
It's a pretty fancy drink.
Yes.
It is, but they seem like, they're men of the earth. They use their hands. They look like if they held a martini glass, they'd crush it in their hands.
But they cry and
when they don't get the gold.
Right.
So much
As we're talking martini, a friend of mine, Martin, is watching right now, and I need Linda to say, "Hello, Martin, it's Linda."
Hello, Martin. It's Linda.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's a British joke, and
Hello, Martin.
We'll post a link to
It's Linda.
a Lil Britain. All right, so what are we doing here?
Okay, now.
So this is
This is the next
This
one.
is
Okay.
test two.
All right. So this is the next martini. We don't know whether or not this is Tito's handmade vodka or Bootlegger out of Roscoe, New York.
Roscoe. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Roscoe.
Pick it up.
Chris J's on. Wow.
Ready?
Day-Day's on.
Rosa?
All right, so this is martini number 2.
Nice.
Okay.
This is the most martinis I've ever had tonight.
Smells like.
Ooh.
That's Bootlegger. First one's
You
Tito's.
reckon?
Yeah.
First one's Tito's, second one's Bootlegger.
I would have to agree.
That
It's a
is...
little rougher on the edges.
That's smooth, mate.
The first
is.
one was smoother.
I think the second one is smoother.
Really?
You do. I think the first one is too. I agree with you, Gypsy. Yep. The first
tastes-
one. The first one was Tito's.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, tastes the same to me.
This one tasted dirtier, if that makes it. Does it? Is
Does
it?
it?
I don't know. I'm not the
Maybe.
gauge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. The first one had a little bit of a. I very much enjoy both of them. I would drink both of them, no problem. I thought the first one had a little bit of a. The end had a little bit of a bite to it. Maybe.
No, I think this
No,
one's
this one
dirtier.
does.
You think this one does?
This
Yeah.
one's- yeah.
So is this Tito's or that?
No, the one you're drinking right now is the Bootlegger.
It's close.
It's close.
It's both very good, though, I think.
I think the Bootlegger one's a lot stronger.
You think it's a lot
too.
stronger?
That could be it.
I do too.
And that's it for Rogues in the Road. Join us next week.
Because we're all wasted.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Exactly.
I need to
I'm
Uber.
not sure on this. Let's do this again.
Right.
Yeah, let's cut out the middleman.
I'm not so sure.
Right.
All right, so now
That's good.
we got booze. We got a nice martini kind of go with us. This usually goes into food at this point.
So we're going into food,
Yeah.
and Linda has come up with a couple of things. What do you want to do first?
Oh, you can do the recipe first.
The recipe. So
recipe that has
explain
no
the
recipe.
recipe.
Let's explain this first. There's a lot of history with
Okay,
this.
there is a lot of history. First of all, if you know, most people back in the day, they didn't throw any food away.
Right.
Italians.
So,
She's talking
especially
about
Italians.
Italians.
We didn't throw things out because you had to eat everything because you couldn't afford. So you would literally eat everything.
Right.
You know, what does Joe Giganni always used to say? Everything but the squeak.
Right. Everything with the squeak.
Oh,
With the pig. So this is what happens after you make chicken cutlets.
Okay.
So there's the egg.
excuse fingers.
Okay. Now, can I? Let me just, for people that are listening, especially like, over in the UK,
Okay.
This is the Italian version of Bubble and Squeak.
it's it's called the recipe.
It's called the recipe.
There is no recipe before the recipe.
So it's
Correct.
just like throw everything in a pot and mix it together?
Well,
Everything- all the leftovers.
Linda's going to explain this because
Okay.
I don't know how this is.
Well, first of
fully
all, the
made.
name recipe came from my nephew, Josh,
Okay.
from Daddy Longlegs. You guys know
Daddy
that.
Longlegs.
Yeah.
Who are in England right now, right?
Yeah.
There
There
you
No,
go.
I don't
No,
think so. No.
Soon.
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 They're going to be in Southend in my cousins, so go and see them.
They just got back from South by Southwest. They were playing.
Oh, really?
So did I. I was supposed
they
to
were
hang out
there?
with them. Yeah, but I was.
Oh, you didn't see them?
I was busy.
You were
know,
busy.
I was busy.
You were
I,
doing
you know,
your
I
who's
just
potting.
I just
Yeah.
can go see them.
So Josh came up with his name with his grandmother.
The recipe.
Now,
He would go to the house after she made cutlets. She would make this, and then he would say, "Nanny, where's the recipe?"
okay. And that's
That's-
so when we
And he
moved
made it up.
when we moved onto the block and heard about this thing called the recipe. We had this for the first time, and it's like the best Italian comfort food I think I've had.
You have to pretend that I heated it up, though.
I still think it doesn't matter. It's good. So what is it? How do you make
Okay,
it?
so after you're done with the cutlets,
Okay.
well, most of the time you have egg left and breadcrumbs left.
Okay.
Instead of throwing them out, you mix them together. You merge them.
So all the chicken goop that was in with the
Yes,
breadcrumbs.
You just make like this pasty frittata.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
it's
And you just deep fry it.
And you just put it in the pan where you did the cutlets. And I add onions and,
Oh, cool.
and a lot of grated cheese.
Okay.
And that's
And
it.
you're off to go.
And then you crisp it up. It's kind of like, deep fry. Like, what is it? Like Zeppelis when they put them in the
Yeah.
fryer? It's kind of like that. But it's,
It reminds me a little bit
But
of
it's
like
cold.
potato pancakes.
Yeah,
too.
kind
Like
of.
have
And a
you
little,
ever done
little
that?
like quiche.
Quiche.
Yeah.
Little quiche.
Oh, yeah.
it's egg, breadcrumbs, onion. and
But it is
Romano.
amazing.
Do you
I've
know-
had this
I'll
before.
tell you why. Because it tastes like the under part of baked chicken.
Uh-huh.
And it's like that's my favorite part.
Yeah,
like
right.
Glistening
With a bit of cheese.
a little bit of cheese, right?
Yep.
With the skin and the glaze, and
Yeah.
just like I want that piece.
Essence of like classic,
Yeah.
like the best chicken cutlet. The best parts of chicken cutlet.
in an egg.
My wife's
Right.
my wife's attempted to produce this a couple of times, and she got the recipe, whatever the recipe is, from her cousin, and it's got to have a name.
The thing, it's called
got to
the
have
recipe,
a name.
but listen, I'll tell you what.
It doesn't.
The ratio to breadcrumbs to egg makes a difference. Because
Okay.
sometimes people just have more breadcrumb than egg left, and if you put that much breadcrumb in, then you got a rock hard recipe that goes in there. It will not.
Or if it's the other way round,
Yeah, you have to-
you got a runny
be
breadcrumb.
exactly. So
Yeah.
you have to make it.
Again,
I go by look. I go
freaking
by
good.
how it looks.
It's all about proportions.
Yeah.
And the research I did online,
For recipe?
For recipe, the only thing I could find
Was there a picture of my mother-in-law there?
and a big like.
Yeah.
The only thing that came up was what do you do with the leftover breadcrumbs and egg from chicken cutlet? So if you Google that, things come up and things like breadcrumb, egg,
Oh, literally, if you Google the recipe,
But actually,
nothing
that's-
comes up.
oh,
Oh,
Nothing
no, because
comes
that's
up.
a made-up thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of all over the place with these like like some of them are look like thick pancakes.
Okay.
So
That's too much breadcrumbs if it's like
right.
that.
So if you take something
freaking good.
super simple, but
You like it, right?
you get
Hell
the
yeah.
right way.
This is like great hangover food.
This is one of my most.
Yeah. Rich, just real quick, Kristen in chat room said she's adding parm and onion next time.
Thank you.
Exclamation.
thank you. I'll get shopping.
Now, Linda.
Yes.
How's your blood pressure?
Mine's fine.
Yeah, mine's fine too.
It's good.
Yeah. Would you be willing to like write the recipe down and we put it up on our Facebook?
I wouldn't.
Yeah. I
I
could,
would
but it's-
copyright it and charge.
You should listen to your manager.
Seriously. Before it's everywhere and then it's in Walmart.
Yeah,
I have to confer with the family.
Yeah.
I think
you
you
should.
should. I think you should.
you should.
Seeing as it's not my recipe, it's my mother-in-law's, I'll ask
Oh, yeah.
the Morganti,
Okay.
Morgantis if
But-
they
And
want
then get a good attorney.
give it up.
Yeah.
This is one of the best,
Very good.
Yeah.
Moist.
and I could eat it
All day long.
all day long. It's so good. It's so good. Now, how did you first hear about it?
My mother-in-law showed me how to make it.
She-
Well, she taught me how to do her cutlets because she did the best chicken cutlets.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she just showed me how to do this. And
Kept trucking.
And have you showed anyone
My
else? Did you
kids
show
love it,
Did you
too.
show
My kids-
Cathy Murphy?
Kathy knows it because she grew up with it, so
Right.
she knows what it is.
Right. But are you?
She'll say that I make it better than hers just because I add things to it. Like,
Well-
if I have spinach left over, I will throw that in there.
That's cool.
You know, I mean, sometimes there's other things in it, but the basic recipe is eggs and breadcrumbs. And then I add onions, the extra part, because you don't have onions when you're frying cutlets.
Yeah.
Right.
So I add onion and a lot of grated cheese, like Parma, Romano, whichever you
And then
like.
just saute
And
it up.
everything
And
else
just-
is a bonus.
You flatten it in the oil, and it has to be light. Like, it can't be too thick. If it's too thick with the breadcrumbs, then
Yeah.
it won't come out right.
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a food truck idea.
What?
The recipe.
Just call it the recipe truck.
Yeah.
Just call it recipe,
Recipe.
the truck, and do different versions of it. You can put stuff on top of it.
Yeah.
Put
Some pulled pork.
pulled pork,
Sliced tomatoes and summertime tomatoes.
meatballs.
English breakfast.
You can put anything
And-
on it.
Can you serve martinis in this food truck?
Hell yeah.
Probably not.
Well,
Bloody Marys.
you can. You can line a Bloody Mary, or you can like take the recipe
You know, put it
and
on
garnish.
a stick with that. Yes, you can.
Garnish your Bloody Mary with it.
Very nice.
You could do a sweet and sour recipe.
Wow.
Good. You could do that too. I know mine.
Wow.
Yeah, there is a lot.
So many ideas.
Screw roads
It's great
on
on.
the road.
I know.
Who's roads on the road?
Yeah,
Let's go.
let's do recipe.
Yeah.
The truck. It's just a vehicle for a whole bunch of different
It
things. All right.
No pun intended.
No,
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
but it is. All right. So you got the recipe. You made one other.
I did. I made my dad's meatballs.
Okay.
Your dad's meatballs.
So, what was it like growing up? And you obviously do a lot of cooking, and whenever you bring stuff in the neighborhood,
I know everybody's
It's-
like, "Yay!"
everyone gets but that's why we always end up at your house.
I think so.
Where did you get? You learn this all from?
My dad, my grandmother, my mother-in-law.
No recipes.
I have some things written. Actually, my son videotaped
Yeah.
my dad with soprano music playing in the background, making the sauce and meatballs. So he
Really?
actually has it on.
So it's somewhere.
I'm doing the rounds.
And the other thing I would make, and that's a summertime thing. Maybe we'll have another podcast where I come back.
Okay.
Spadini.
What is
How's that?
Spadini
What
is
is-
the best.
what is spadini?
Everyone loves it. It's very thin beef with breadcrumbs, garlic, and cheese rolled up.
Oh, you made it
On
once.
skewer with onion on the grill.
You made it once.
So good.
Yeah, you definitely made it once. And you don't have any recipes for these. You just kind of just go with it.
She
I have it in my head, but I do have some things written down. I have a
Thank you,
book
sir.
that I write stuff down.
I don't.
Well, my dad's given me things. He's written it out, and I have it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And does he still cook?
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I mean,
All right.
when he comes from Florida back to Brewster to hang out, my kids, like, have a list of things they want him to make.
To-
Let-
to
let's
just-
just-
Lobster.
demands.
Grandpa, make lobster. Will you make chicken cutlets too? Will you make what's the other thing my son loves that he makes? I know he has a million things that he does amazing.
And none of this.
And this is
written
your
down.
department.
Yeah. We tried.
But I really love to cook. So
Do you want one?
no, I'm good, thanks. I have it all the
she's
time.
Oh, great.
I eat this stuff
Great,
all the
thanks.
time.
Yeah.
All right. So what goes in your meatballs?
Oh, I don't know if my dad will let me say.
Meat.
Well, it's
Let's start with that.
That's a
A
secret,
bit of meat.
Matt.
right. But it's proportions, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I will tell you this. My dad does just beef. I like the meatloaf mix, which is the beef, the lamb, and the pork
Oh,
together.
really? All together.
That's what I do. The
I've
three.
never heard that.
Lamb.
Lamb, pork,
Pork and beef.
and
That's a
beef
new one.
mixed together.
Okay.
Garlic,
Okay.
chopped up really small.
But you got to do it like, when
Really
you take the
tiny,
razor blade and
tiny,
you slice
tiny.
it so
That's
thin.
what I always think of is Goodfellas. When
I
you
know.
Bam.
That's the sauce. That's when he's doing the sauce.
I know,
and that's
right, right.
another whole conversation.
Oh,
is it
Jesus.
sauce
Or is it
or is
gravy?
it gravy?
No, we had this last week. Gravy's brown, sauce is red.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Actually,
Rick.
I think I got that from you.
Yeah, but I grew up
Now
with
listen.
a family that calls they do so every Sunday they get together and
And they call it Sunday gravy.
it's Sunday gravy and all pasta
Can I tell you
is
why?
macaroni.
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because gravy has meat in it.
Okay.
So when you make a sauce with meat, like meatballs,
Oh.
sausage,
But what
I
about
do,
like?
I do baby back ribs in my sauce.
Oh,
But
what
if
about,
you do without meat, no meat, just tomatoes,
It's sauce.
It's sauce.
It's sauce.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
So that has been clarified.
Okay. I'm just thinking of Mom's turkey gravy.
Yeah,
that's the only gravy I know.
That's right, and that's
the
not
only-
Italian for like
No.
Right.
pasta, right?
Right,
And
no,
sauce? No,
no.
it's sauce.
And
There's mushrooms in it.
I grew up one of my good friends, Anthony Pastore.
Hey, Anthony.
Anthony.
He's the man.
We would
Anthony.
Anthony.
Anthony. A redheaded Italian.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
And we would go over to his house Sunday, and the parents lived. There was a split level ranch, so they had the apartment. That's a very New York thing, you know. The parents live in the apartment downstairs, and everyone would come up on a Sunday for gravy and macaroni. And I remember, I'm like, this first of all, this isn't macaroni. It's like rigatoni,
Yeah.
and it's not gravy. It's sauce.
Well,
but
Italians say
as you get
macaroni.
into it, like that's what it became. And every Sunday when we would go over, it was like, oh my God, when are we gonna have gravy and macaroni?
Macaroni.
Yeah. But that's the difference. One's got meat, one doesn't.
Okay, good.
Okay, so that's a lot of garlic chopped up small.
Okay.
Like 3 or 4 cloves, depending how big your package of meat is.
Wow. That's a whole other podcast.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah.
We'll save that for another time.
There you go.
Rogues After Dark.
Exactly.
Orlando edition.
Right.
Chop up fresh basil, fresh parsley, equal amounts of like dried parsley,
Yeah.
dried basil, dry oregano.
Not fresh.
You
No,
can do
she prefers fresh.
but
In winter, you
Right.
know.
Right.
I do both. Actually,
Okay.
I mix both.
Okay.
Put that in. Breadcrumbs. Grated cheese. And what else? Sometimes I'll put a little olive oil if I feel like the meat. And the thing is, you can't overwork it. Like when you mix that all together, if you
Yeah.
keep mixing and mixing
It's
and
get
mixing,
softer and softer.
you're getting a hard.
No, that's my problem. That's what I do all the time.
Yeah, you can't.
Well,
You
I'm
gotta-
OCD. I keep mixing.
No, and then
And you get softer and softer or harder
you
and
might as well
harder.
Just throw it up. You know,
Yeah, it's like
baseball.
it's got a weird consistency to it.
For sure, you don't
Okay.
want to
All right.
overwork the meat.
I always overwork the meat.
Overwork the meat.
Damn
It's
it.
tough not to, isn't it?
Damn it.
Anyways, that's it. That's basically it. Roll
That's
it
very
up,
good.
Roll it up, fry it in the frying pan. When you put it in the sauce, though, you don't want to fry it too much. It's literally like this. Put it in the frying pan. 1, 2, in the sauce.
Ever bake it?
That's
Not cooked all the way through. They're
That's
raw
right.
in the middle. You put them in.
Do you do that, Gypsy?
What's that?
When you do meatballs? I mean,
Does Gypsy do meatballs?
do you do meatballs?
No, I don't do
No.
meatballs. Obviously, I make spaghetti, but I usually
Do you make
just,
sauce?
I don't make the sauce. I
You-
buy
did
the
you
sauce.
buy it in a
I
jar,
do.
Gypsy?
Yeah, I don't got time for that. I'm a busy
He's like,
guy. all
he's
right?
like 30-something.
yeah, I don't make sauce.
Yeah, when he's 40, then he makes
You buy it in
sauce.
the jar. What's your favorite jar sauce?
Prego. I buy the thing that
can't even.
I'm an '80s kid. That's
Ragu.
What we had.
Yeah.
Ragu,
Ragu.
whatever.
Yeah.
When it says mushrooms and
Yeah.
onions in it,
Who cares?
that sounds
It'll
really
taste
good
the
to
same.
me. Yeah, it sounds good to me.
It's like a bottle of water or a bottle of water.
Right, but I'll
Yeah.
get
Quick
bottle of water.
marinara. As quick as you open that jar of ragu, you can make a fresh sauce just as fast.
No.
Yes, you can.
I don't
telling
think
you,
so.
you
I
can.
put that bad boy in a pan, put on the fire, good to go.
Done.
Good to
You'll
go.
open the can,
I do all my
olive oil,
tomato.
garlic. That's it.
Yeah, so it takes you an extra. You should try it.
2 seconds.
What do I gotta
It's
do?
2 seconds.
Wait, what do I got to do?
Olive oil in the pan. You
Yeah.
want to cook
We'll-
for,
we'll
for
time
a
it.
lady friend?
Yeah.
Okay. put
She won't know.
olive
Not the
oil.
ladies I date. They won't know the difference.
They won't.
Her name's
I'm
Ragu.
sure.
They're just happy I'm cooking for them.
Put the olive oil in. You put the garlic in. You throw the can of tomatoes in. That's it. A little
That's
salt
it.
and pepper. Let it cook.
What kind
Okay.
of? All right. What
That's it.
I can
sauce.
do that.
That's sauce.
I can do that.
what kind of
That's
tomatoes?
marinara.
Can.
I use
Canned?
Marzano.
Are we using canned?
Sam,
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
like crushed or?
Oh, you can crush them with your hands, or you can crush it with a potato
Or you can buy crushed.
or you
buy
can
crushed.
buy crushed.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Buy
right, I can
crust,
do that.
mate.
Okay.
I do well.
Save a utensil,
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
crust.
Gotcha. But I do get, I get the, whatever, the spaghetti meat. What is it? Ground beef.
Ground beef.
And I season it very well. And I usually use green peppers and onions and sometimes red peppers.
That's called
And it's
meatloaf.
very good. Huh?
That's not meatballs. That's called meatloaf.
That you roll into balls.
Well, no. You put it in a frying pan and you just like crunch it up. That's my spaghetti. You say. And then when it's all done, I put a little dab of barbecue sauce on it.
There you go.
Oh my
And that makes it all okay.
It's all okay.
Okay.
And then it's not Italian.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
know.
That's not
Every
good.
time
now it
I'm
comes
rolling
to Texas.
I'm gonna try that sauce because
It's so easy. It's
I
good.
overdo sauce and it never comes out really the way
The
or
key-
on occasion.
The key
it does.
ingredient to every single meal you make is TLC.
That's
I have tons of TLC.
Yeah, you do.
you have
You go to
LNC.
somebody's house and they say to you, "I hate to cook."
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
not
yeah.
eat there.
No,
right.
no.
Yeah, I know.
Good. And that's good.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
The meal's not good.
No.
That's a bumper sticker right there.
Do you do you? So what's your favorite Italian dish that you like to make? Do you have one, or you just like making it all?
She
Well,
just made it.
spadini is my favorite.
What's
Okay.
that?
That's what you're talking about.
But then there's
I
other
was-
dishes. I have
I was
pasta with
delivering.
anchovies and breadcrumbs and pinoli nuts.
Anchovies.
So good.
And do you have a dish that you
Ooh, I keep hitting
don't
that
like?
thing. I'm not a fan of Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
love
I love
Brussels
Brussels sprouts.
I love
they,
Brussels
ha-
sprouts.
Wrapped in bacon.
they hate me.
It's like eating a big fart. I don't know.
I so agree with you. I love them. They hate me.
I can't do it.
No, I get that.
I love
I just ate a fart.
roasted farts. That's fine.
My wife has Brussels
This
sprouts with
podcast is
every
taking
meal.
a turn.
Yeah, I have.
totally. I'm
It
totally
always
good with
does.
it. I love Brussels sprouts.
Nothing to do with the martinis.
Well, I don't have a favorite because I really do like a lot of. I make a good meatloaf. I make good meatballs. I like sauce. I like.
Apparently,
chicken
I make a
cutlets.
good meatloaf,
I
too.
make.
In the form of a ball.
And if,
And I like. I love to make soups, like in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lentil
Yep.
soup, chicken soup. My
And
son
that-
loves chicken soup.
And your soup seems to make it to our neighbors and then the neighbor to us. So it kind of ends up
Perfect.
going around.
Week old
Well,
soup.
see,
Yeah.
the thing about chicken soup is you have to make it with the chicken.
Right.
A whole chicken. I do a whole roaster chicken.
And then
That's
just
how
put
you
the
start
cut-
to see
And I
and
let
then you
it
put
boil
the
all
carcass
day
in.
low. Yeah, everything. With
Yeah.
the bones. And,
Yeah.
and if that sucker the next morning it looks like jelly,
It's
Perfect.
good.
you have the perfect
Yep.
chicken soup.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree. But again, you just need time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or a slow cooker.
I'm also I
Yeah.
like most things organic, so I
Yeah.
cook organic.
Yeah.
do you have a garden?
I do. I
your
have a little
backyard?
garden, not a very big garden.
But it's
I wish
enough.
I would love to have a giant garden, but
Yeah.
I just don't have the time. I work too much.
I'm with you.
And you're
See, if you just took the time and just
I
built a
know.
garden, you would have,
I know, right?
Just have a jar of ragu right now.
I'm gonna make you my spaghetti.
There you are.
And I'm gonna bring it to you, and I want you to be the judge.
And it's
Okay.
meatloaf.
I'm holding
Just have
you
an
to it.
open mind. That's all I'm saying. It may
Okay.
not look like it came,
right,
from
I will-
your kitchen. It's all about the flavor and the TLC.
Okay, TLC is the most.
all right.
That's
what I'm
So
saying.
next podcast, you're charged with making a sauce.
Sure.
We'll,
No, it's gonna be spaghetti.
or spaghetti. We'll do the whole thing.
Yeah.
We'll carefully bring it down to Linda,
Okay.
and we will
Make
do.
sure you heat it up.
Or we do another one of these where we taste test two spaghettis and see.
I'm not battling. I'm not.
no
no.
battle of the. Two.
No, how am I?
It's
not Jewel.
You're a real cook. I'm not. No. I'm like a college frat boy cook.
Yeah.
No.
He's canned oysters
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and Ritz crackers.
Did you top that spaghetti off with Ritz crackers? yes.
Yes, I did. I'm proud of it.
It's my garlic bread.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, thank you, Linda.
Yeah, thanks for
Quite
coming.
welcome.
This is
It's been fun.
yeah. It's. I think there's so many
Avenues.
but so many great cooks out there
Yeah.
that really don't like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. That's my thing.
You are a great cook.
Thank you.
by
What's
the
your
way.
signature dish, Rich?
A shepherd's pie.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
I love.
I make a
shepherd's
mean shepherd's pie.
Okay.
And pavlova.
I'll ask you
What's
one.
yours?
I dabble. Everything.
What's
really?
What's your signature?
What's your signature?
Yes, he does.
What,
Everything.
what
Yeah.
would Jen say?
And we
makes
still
the
didn't
best?
get the commercial.
Right.
What's your signature? You gotta have one that you're proud of.
I don't know.
That's not smoked or dressed in honey or
Or has.
or your foraged it for 3 days in a mine. And it only pairs well with this beverage. It's from 1967. It's aged in
Right. Blood
God.
oranges.
Yeah.
Blood
That
oranges.
That's
Keep it simple. What is it?
exactly what you said.
And be
All
proud.
those things.
If it's not fucking weird and forage,
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I like it.
That's fair. That's fair.
brilliant.
And I tend
When
to,
you see Matt in your yard looking at the mushrooms,
In your composter.
and it's like, oh, these mushrooms you can eat.
No, you can't, mate. You will.
Can I have these mushrooms? Take them, Matt.
Yeah, just
We
don't use my bathroom afterwards.
we posted a newt on the
I
on our
saw it.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. And Maria wanted so Maria was was it Maria? No, Beth commented saying, what are you going to eat that with?
And Maria probably had a
Ritz
heart attack.
crackers.
We posted
We're
some
not allowed
photos
to
of.
have. We're not allowed to have a pig roast because of Maria.
That's true.
Oh.
That's true.
Right.
I
Lamb it is.
We can't do it.
And I'm not a big fan of pig roasts.
I'm not either, really.
I find them a little flavorless.
And it takes forever.
Yeah.
Now a pork roast, I could do that really good.
I agree. But
I like things
Burgers.
with eyeballs.
Yeah.
That's why I can never be vegan. I like my eyes.
that's okay.
I like to eat eyes.
That's okay. I like weird. That's that's how we all roll.
There you go.
And you like meatloaf.
Oysters.
Oysters and crackers.
oysters.
With peppers in it.
Yeah.
Green peppers and red
Yes,
peppers.
that's a meatloaf, man. That's a
On that note, I think we're
my
out.
ego is like a little fragile right now.
You're all very special in what you like. It's
All right.
okay.
We're out.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks for listening, Linda.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you
Brilliant.
for sharing the recipe. The recipe is now out of the bag.
Yeah.
Though we may not have a recipe.
We don't know.
Yeah.
That recipe has no
recipe.
recipe.
Yeah.
Check us out on Food Network podcast.
Yep.
Food and beverage and
Podcast
network and podcasts and all that stuff.
Yep.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yep. You can download
It's okay,
our.
it's the martini.
Yes, it is.
You can download this podcast as of tomorrow on iTunes and Stitcher and Spotify and Google Pods and all that good stuff. So
All right.
if you want to listen to Linda in your car, download it tomorrow. It'll be available. All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Linda. Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
very much.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Peace.
This is Rogues on the Road with Matt Froman and Rich Marshall, where we talk food, travel, craft beverages, and everything in between.